Hello and welcome to the video. Today, we're taking a look at some new Cyberpunk 2077 mods you can't miss this month. I've got everything from new world locations and apartment overhauls to gameplay tweaks and a weapon that's incredibly fun to use. So if you're looking to refresh your game with something new, this list should give you some great options. But let's get into it. We're starting things off with a brand new apartment mod, the Glen Netrunner Den. This is a super stylish neon lit apartment designed for all you netrunners out there. The entire space is covered with neon lights and some other cool decor that changes the atmosphere completely. It feels like Night City, but in apartment form. So if you don't already have the perfect Glen apartment mod for yourself, this one's certainly a worthy choice. And of course, you've still got all the interactions, but more importantly, there's actually secrets here. And this one, I almost missed. But under the stairs here, there's a nice little way to a sweet balcony. And it's the coziest one ever as well. This mod's not just another safe house, but a real nice home, fit for anyone. This next one's one of those smaller mods that makes Cyberpunk's world feel a little bit more alive. Sheng Noods Ramenshop. This mod introduces a fully built ramen shop right into the city. You can walk up, sit down, and grab yourself some noodles. It's cozy, and I'm always looking out for mods that add buildings, or at least interiors, into the game, and especially ones that are this good looking while doing it. Steam rises from the pots, you've got neon signs, a spinning ramen bowl outside, and the decorations as well as the vibe just really make this place a real treat to walk around. The modder really put some effort in here and it shows. This one's a great example of how small world building mods can breathe life back into the game. It gives you another reason to slow down, explore, and just exist in Night City. Now, after seeing this ramen shop, I kind of wish I could have something that made me feel one with Night City. So with that I ask, do you wear clothes? Of course you do. That's why today's video is sponsored by Project Orochi, a streetwear brand that reimagines our favorite worlds, like Cyberpunk 2077, the Souls games, and some anime-inspired stuff as well. All absolutely in a contemporary, fashion-first way. They're anything but loud gamer merch. This is actual quality streetwear, subtle designs, and original artwork inspired by the worlds that we love. Project Orochi is designed by players for players. Their new Cyberpunk-inspired collection nails the vibe, with some really nice designs, a mix of grit and style that you could say defines Night City. But my personal favorite items are the Trauma Team tee and the Nightshade tee. Both of these look clean as hell. And what I love about these ones is how most people wouldn't even realize what they're inspired by. The clothing is pretty much a if you know, you know kind of thing. I think that's just super neat. You don't have to purchase anything right away, but please click the link in the description and at least take a look to see if anything stands out to you. They also ship free in the US. And of course, big thanks to Project Orochi for sponsoring the channel. Honestly, one of the most fitting sponsors I've had. Alright, now back to the chaos, because this next one changes how in-game massacre feels. If you've ever noticed how enemies in Cyberpunk just sometimes flop over when they die, this next mod fixes that entirely. SPLAT Physics Realistic Ragdoll Overhaul. This one reworks the way NPCs react when they're hit or killed, swapping those stiff death animations for realistic, weight-driven collapses. Enemies now fall based on momentum and direction of impact, as well as surface type. You'll see them stumble, trip over railings, or fold naturally as if gravity is actually doing its job. There's even optional tweaking in the mod settings so you can adjust a whole lot of things. I don't really know what they do. I did enjoy the mod though. It might sound small, but once you install it, you'll instantly feel the difference. Combat looks and feels better. Every fight has a bit more weight to it. So if this mod looks like a nice addition to you, then you know where to find it. Up next, we're trading chaos for calm. And this next one might just be one of the most luxurious apartments ever made for Cyberpunk 2077. This mod is the definition of living large. Eden Plaza, Charter Hill Player Penthouse. This allows V to purchase the Charter Hill Penthouse, and it looks like something straight out of a corpo lifestyle ad. Now, I'm still not sure about this, but I think the mod author decorated the interior here, because I know we do go to probably this exact apartment in the game's main story, but this mod does have decor changes, I'm pretty sure, right? Anyway, all I'm trying to say here is that if that's so, then bonus points from me. But the apartment has a rooftop pool, garage access, a sauna, balconies with skyline views, and everything about it is high-end. Also, of course, it's fully interactable. Over 40 in-game interactions are built right into the apartment. The mod author has put a lot of work here, so props for that. Whether you're recording a cinematic or just want a really fancy place to call home, Eden Plaza sets the bar. Now, if you're enjoying the video so far and want to see more videos like this, consider subscribing. Thank you very much, and let's move on to a gameplay tweak that brings realism back to your loadouts. Immersive Grenades. This reworks how grenades function, moving away from the ability-based cooldown system and turning them back into proper physical items. So instead of waiting for a ridiculous timer to recharge, you now actually carry individual grenades. Each one counts. If you throw 2, you've got 2 less in your inventory. Simple, realistic, and it completely changes how you approach fights. Unless you just have a heap of grenades and decide to just spam them, of course. Now you may be wondering, what about the perks? Well, I actually don't know much about the answer to that question, but the mod author has this on the mod page. Perks that used to affect grenade charges will instead engage with a brand new bonus mechanic, which is sort of something to do with the mechanic that you get a bonus grenade for killing or looting people. If you're someone who values immersion and tactical gameplay, this one might be for you. It's small on paper, but it's massive in the outcome of what it changes. But we are moving over to the next mod. If you spend a lot of time at V's H10 apartment, why not treat the place? Pretty much literally. This mod, H10 Apartment Wooden Recolor, gives your H10 apartment a full-on wood grain makeover, swapping the default looks for something warmer and more grounded. The wooden tones give the apartment a more natural, comfortable vibe, and if you have a thing for the cozy wooden aesthetic, then this one is for you. The space now feels like a quiet retreat after a long day in the city. It currently works for these apartment redesigns, like when you go to the computer and makeover, but the Snowbreed Tiger, Corin Adu Twilight, and Lunar Tranquility. But the mod author does have plans to get all redesigns included. Now, my favorite part of this mod is that it makes the stash door look like a hidden secret door. Overall, just a great style addition. If you're into interior design mods or virtual photography, this one's a gotta has kind of mod. Now let's head over to something powerful, because this weapon means business. The Equalizer pistol by Apex Industries, a brand new tech weapon that hits like a truck. This thing fires high caliber electrical rounds that can pierce through walls without needing to charge. And it even has a chance to disable enemy cyberware on impact. It's fast, powerful, and looks like a sleek corpo-made prototype straight out of a secret R&D lab. It has multiple files to pick from, so be sure you pick the one that you like. I didn't know this at the time, but it also has a few appearances too. But anyways, this weapon was very fun to use. It's pretty powerful, but it's very, very fun. It's perfect for stealth builds, power builds, or anyone who just wants to feel unstoppable. Now this next mod is small, but mysterious. Under the Sun. This mod adds a hidden bunker deep in the dusty Badlands. Discover the underground studio, living quarters, and the makeshift camp outside, a mix of survival and lost hope. Whether you come seeking answers, inspiration, or just the echoes of a different time. Nice little piece written by the mod author on this mod. So yeah, this basically just adds a small above ground bunker. It says underground, but it's literally a above ground bunker. Just in the Badlands, just chilling, just vibing out there. And I believe that this was a radio station room where someone would have their own radio station and they were preparing us for the apocalypse or something. So for me, there were no interactions here. So the mod author is still relatively new to modding. They only just started learning modding. So I believe that's why the interactions aren't currently working, at least for me. But there's meant to be interactions for the bed, the wardrobe, the chair, the shower that's outside, and the couch. And it's also stated that you do need to move, be a little bit closer since the icons don't show up from far away. But yeah, the interactions should all be working. Anyways, this is a cool, small mod, and since I love location mods, I'm happy that this is in the video. Now finally, a mod that I have mentioned recently, but it's been a real favorite of mine. Immersive Odometer and Fuel System. This mod gives every vehicle its own working odometer and fuel system, complete with dynamic consumption, refueling, and even price changes over time. Also, completely configurable in the mod settings. Each car and bike has its own tank and consumption that actually saves between sessions. And the mod even supports modded vehicles automatically. Fuel drains faster at high speeds, gas prices shift hourly, and when you run dry, your engine actually stalls. It's one of those mods that adds a lot of immersion to the game. And every time I boot up Cyberpunk, I just realize how cool this mod is. But with that, we've covered some of the best new mods to hit Cyberpunk 2077 this month. Mods that add depth, beauty, and functionality to Night City, from luxurious apartments to grounded physics and immersive gameplay tweaks. This lineup has to have something for everyone. Also, in case someone decides to mention it in the comments before I sign off, I know the Immersive Odometer Fuel System mod didn't come out this month. I just really enjoy that mod. But yeah, if you haven't already, check out my previous videos for even more mod recommendations worth installing. Now, just before I go, I wanted to say a genuine thank you for 10,000 subscribers. So yes, genuinely, thank you. And also, thank you very much for watching, and as always, happy modding.